and Zoning Board meeting. I'm Jim McDonough, Chairman of the Board. As always, I'd like to declare we do have a quorum. And please remember that it is our job to protect the health, safety, and well-being of the citizens of Scotland County. That's our primary purpose for being here. We do not have any minutes from any old meetings, so we'll go straight into the minutes of new meetings. Go into the new meeting, and that is the zoning application for initial county zoning for unincorporated area of East Laurinburg. Brooke, I'm gonna basically turn the floor over to you since you're the guru with this stuff.
Okay.
If you would, please.
So the East Laurinburg area had no zoning. There was nothing that we could use when we inherited or got the town in June of last year. So we were gonna just try to zone it the best that we could according to kind of what was there. Well, on all the property cards, the zoning is E. Elbert. So we don't know if it's residential, commercial, anything. So with a lot of help from our 911 officer, Michael Hunt, and permit tech, Donnie Jones, has helped me look at all the property cards. And from the property cards, we found the use codes, and Michael got a list of all the use codes. So we're going through the properties and taking the use code and applying it to our current ordinance, and we'll try to zone it by doing that. I think our biggest thing for tonight's meeting is to try and zone the 3 properties that are being looked at right now, and we will have all the time that we need to do the rest of East Laurinburg, which I don't think it's gonna be hard now that we've discovered the codes, and I can take the codes and try to place them by our ordinance, how it will fit each property.
And I will say that when Brooke contacted all of us last week, first thing I did was, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're trying to get us to do this that quick. So I had a bunch of questions, and Brooke and I got together Monday morning, and Brooke is about 14 steps ahead of me. Every question I had, every concern I had, she'd already had her hands all over it. So before we do anything else, I would like to commend Brooke for so far a job well above and beyond what could be expected in such short notice. I think it's kudos. So what we have on the table here is we do not have a motion, but we have an application to approve these 3 properties at what?
These 3 properties, if they could, the 2 of the properties are already zoned as commercial property.
Okay,
There is one that I have marked in our agenda that is residential, but if we can get these 3 properties under C1, which is neighborhood commercial, I think we will be able to do with those what the commissioners are trying to get them sold. So they will be able to do so if this is approved for neighborhood commercial zoning.
so it is the zoning department's recommendation that these be zoned as C1. Do I have a motion from the board to approve that recommendation?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. We have approved that motion and do your stuff with that. The other issues which you mentioned were zoning for the remainder.
Mhm.
We do not have any pressing issues to get that done. Unless Ms. Sneed comes to the county commissioners, your office, us, and says, let's
Well,
get it
those are
done
the
quicker.
only three pieces that are pending for sale at the moment, so.
And that is through supposedly Iron Horse, it will be auctioned.
Mhm.
Okay. It is my suggestion that once the zoning department has an idea on each property, which you are going through this property by property, correct?
Each parcel.
That once all of those have a recommended zoning, that we get together at a regular meeting, and at that time, we will consider those as a batch rezoning at one time. There
And I
may
can
be
send
other
those out.
properties,
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
there may be some properties in there that would be commercial, possibly light industrial. And you will apply whatever the zoning department feels is applicable.
Yes, sir.
It may be that we need to take up each particular RA or commercial or whatever as an individual vote, but we can discuss that at the time. It may be that we can do a consensus vote on all of them, but I guess we need to look at the Robert's rules on how to handle that.
You know, and I think you can receive applications from the zoning office itself, so that would be fine to go with the way you're.
That was the
planning to
question,
do it.
because I haven't seen anything in any of our ordinances, anything on the state website, UNC School of Government, that addresses applications from the government.
My understanding is that the commissioners could make a request, the zoning office could, there's no
Any citizen.
exclusion from being eligible to do it. Now, that doesn't mean you have to approve just because they make a request.
Right. And also, just for information, if I can find it again. So you'll have a little bit, if you have not looked, well, I can't find it now. The city, how many have you looked up ETJs in our ordinances, the definition and what can and cannot be done? The county has that property. The city can request to have it rezoned or whatever the procedure is given to the city, but they have to request it from the county.
Be
The
included in
county does
CTJ.
not have to approve it. So the county can hold on to that property even though it is within the 1 mile exclusion zone.
We haven't heard anything from the city, and I doubt they want it.
Yeah, I kind of doubt they want it too, so that's probably ours to deal with from now until. Just a piece of information for,
Well, the city had the opportunity to step in before the county stepped in to partner with the LGC to basically take the East Laurinburg situation over, and the city absolutely chose not to, so. You know, they may feel differently about zoning for some reason, but I don't think we've heard anything to the contrary.
and I noticed some of the cities' zoning codes are not the same as ours, so.
They're completely different.
So the motion's been approved and we've discussed the upcoming issues of the remaining property. Is there any other business that we need to take care of tonight that anybody knows about? And I would like to welcome, I'm bad with names
Look
again,
here,
Lakira.
Lakira.
Mhm.
I didn't get a chance to be at the last meeting. Were you here?
Oh, yes.
And I hope you got a warm welcome.
I did.
And if you didn't, warmly welcome to the commission, to the board. Okay, do I have a motion that we adjourn?
I don't wanna go home. I'll make a motion with adjourn.
Second.
Just a second,
You wanna stay, Daniel?
Right, hey.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. The meeting is adjourned. Until next time.
It's always the most popular motion.
Yes.